Well, good morning, good morning. It's been a while since I made a video. Ooh, I'm drinking something called Synergy that I bought from Aldi. I guess I could say that. I don't know. Anyway, the Real Kombucha Trilogy, over 9 billion living probiotics. Um, this isn't some new thing that I've been testing out or something that I've been trying to do. This is right here, but as far as my probiotics, I'm pretty faithful to that all year round, really. Probably even more so during the colder months, during flu season. I guess there's a flu season. I don't know. The flu can pop up at any time of the year, I suppose. Um, anyway, like I said, for the most part, I'm pretty regimented. I eat Greek yogurt, sauerkraut year round. So, I try to at least do stuff like that to have a healthy gut. Don't get me wrong, I do screw it up every now and then. But yeah, it's been a little while since I made a video. And it's not quite fall time yet, but we're going to be heading in that lovely direction, which I love. I have to go and pick up. I pulled everything from the garden. I need to get a measuring tape. I want to, the missus and I, we want to go and get some ground cloth or whatever you would call it, like an all-weather type of like tarp to cover the space that we want to plant next year. And in the meantime, also we have the compost bins that we are working on. Want to try to make the most out of getting those broken down and just letting Mother Nature do its thing to break the soil down, so that way we can use it. And a little bit of weeding needs to be done. I've been waiting on the hot weather to cease for the most part, and it's starting to consistently be lower 90s, upper 80s. So, and it's supposed to be, I think, in the mid 80s today. So that'll be a good thing. Please don't hit my car. I'm not driving right now. I'm just sitting. I just got through dropping my son off at school. Oh, that don't taste too bad at all. Not too bad. Anyway, I think I'll drink that, and I think I will have me a cup of coffee here in a little while. Just had a little bit of a light breakfast. I tried some Banquet turkey sausages. They were actually pretty good. They weren't too bad. I just had that and some cottage cheese with some blackberries. Something light. Oh, and some peanuts. Had to get my protein in also. But yeah, just did that. Not to alarm you guys or anything like that. I did have a low when I was at work the other day. I have to bump down my insulin that I take at mealtime if I want to continue hustling at work. I think I took like 3 units the other day, so I'm going to bump it down to actually probably 1 unit for my lunches, because they're just a lot of activity. I'm always on the go at the W. That's what we'll call it. We'll just call it the W. Always on the go. I'm a stalker. I stalk. I'm on stalking team 1 or cap 1. Just all day long hustle. Lately I've been working in the freezers there at work. I'll start off in the freezers in the morning, and by noon I try my very absolute best to be in dairy. And dairy's most of the time where I am at, besides frozen. If I get done in a timely fashion or early, then I help out in other areas wherever needed, maybe in pets, maybe housewares, wherever. And so, no, the other day I was helping out in health and beauty, um, near cosmetics and pharmacy, and I noticed that my CGM said I was 117 and my arrows were pointed down. So I'm like, okay, I'll just go get something right now because I still had about, I think, close to an hour before our last break, and I just didn't want to go low. Nobody ever wants to go low. But I seen that the arrows are pointed down, so I told my one of the associates on my crew, one of my crewmates, whatever, one of my teammates. Um, I told him, I'm like, hey man, I gotta go take care of this really quick. Like he knows, and most of my team knows. I think everybody knows. But I told him, hey, I gotta address this before it does get low. Because I mean, we're just always on the go. You're always on your feet. You're hustling all day. Unless you're taking break or lunch, you're hustling. So I went to go to my locker, and I have like cans of pineapple juice. I don't drink those willy nilly, um, unless I'm on the lower side or if I know that it looks like I'm going to be going low. So I had a can of pineapple juice, and I had some yogis. It's like a little fruit bites with probiotic yogurt on there. Really good, really good. Mixed berry, awesome. Um, but anyway, had that, and then I went straight back to work instead of, I should have probably sit down for 10, 15 minutes at least. But I pounded that, went back to work, started hustling again, thinking, okay, well, that'll settle it. It may have been 20 minutes later, I noticed that my CGM actually went off. It showed I was in the 80s with my arrows pointed down. I was like, oh man. And then I started to become kind of rum-dum a little bit. I don't know if everybody's different at different stages, if they're on their way to going low, but sometimes in the 80s, or 70s, I start to get a little bit rum-dum. I start to get kind of quiet. And then I was like, all right, well, I have no choice but to go back to the break room and try to further address this or sit down or something to let the pineapple juice kick in. Yeah, mind you, I'm a type 1 diabetic, so I do take insulin. My pancreas produces pretty much no insulin. So I have to manually, so I inject. And basically I was walking back, and there were other associates there that were working in that area, thank goodness. I guess in essence you could say took a tile nap. I didn't hit my head, nothing like that, but I pretty much knew, like, man, I'm not gonna make it. Started feeling really weak. Bam. One of the ladies that works in that area, she's also an EMT, thank goodness. Because a lot of people didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to assess the situation. She had helped me out. She knew what I needed. Thank goodness. I even thanked her the next day when I was leaving to go home. And, but yeah, if it wasn't for her, who knows, definitely major gratitude there. I know that, I've had other associates in the past tell me, like, hey, the next time you're having a low, we need to know where your insulin is at. And I'm like, no, you inject me with insulin if I'm already going low. That'll kill me. That'll kill me. So, I didn't say it in a mean way, but it's like, no, because a lot of them were confused. They think I need insulin when I'm low. And it's like, no, I need sugar. I need stuff, juice or sugar or my nasal spray as a last resort. If I'm unconscious, the last thing I need is more insulin. And, I get it. Unless you have maybe family or friends that are type 1 diabetics, you're not, some of you are going to understand it. Some of you won't. I mean, but it's one of those, that's kind of a scary thing to think about, how just, not in a mean way, but to say due to ignorance that you could be done in if somebody gives you a shot of insulin when you're already having a low. And then I've had, the next day people tell me, well, why don't you take metformin? It's like, well, metformin's really not going to do me any good. I'm not a type 2 diabetic. I'm a type 1 diabetic. I need insulin. But that's just the thing. I've had people tell me, well, why take insulin if it's going to kill you? Well, the very thing that's keeping me alive, can also kill me too. So, like I said, that's why for the most part, I'm very regimented on my stuff. And that's why I usually know about how much insulin to take. The thing that a lot of times gets me is sometimes I'm just hustling at work. I'm not really paying attention. This time I was paying attention, but the arrows were still dropping. So it's just, I have to be a little more adamant about sitting down and just taking time out to just stop moving. But I'm okay now. I had my wife come and pick me up that day, and so it's all good things. But yeah, I feel like, I do have a grasp on things. Is it a continuous learning thing? Yeah, I think it's a continuous learning thing. I think even as technology, evolves and develops, you're still going to be learning stuff. And it's not a one size fits all. I mean, common sense that if your insulin needs as a diabetic are going to be different from somebody else's needs. Your needs are going to be different each day. My insulin needs change from day to day, and sometimes they change. My insulin needs, I need a little more insulin on my days off because I'm not as active as what I am at work. It's not that I sit around or anything like that, but at work, I'm on the go. So my insulin needs will have to come down. And not that I want my blood sugars to be high, but I don't want them to go low either. So I just got to find that right balance. But other than that, I mean, life is good. Got Bible study tonight. And we're supposed to be finishing the book of Luke, chapter 24. And then we're actually going to be studying the book of Romans. We got our own little booklets, actually, for that. So I'm pretty jazzed about that. Oh, my goodness. September. My son's birthday's coming up. He'll be 15. My goodness. Time is definitely flying. I'll be 44 in October. To some of you, you're thinking, that's young. I guess for good reason. And some of you are probably thinking, man, you're old. I I feel like I'm in a good spot. I'm happy. Definitely happy. But all right, guys, I better get the day started. My dog is looking at me through the screen door, waiting on me to come inside. He's like a big old baby. But all right, guys, I will catch you on the next video. I just wanted to kind of update you guys on what I've been doing. Maybe I'll make another video later today. Maybe I won't. I don't know. But all right, guys, I love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.